Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Dolphins Thirsty, and this is Dolphin Daily with me, Rob Mosley, aka Dolphins Thirsty, with my co-host Justin, aka Digging in the Trenches, who can be found on JPF Scout on Twitter. Good morning, Justin. I know I'm not going to ask you yet about the game, but I'll ask you, how's Colorado out there? How's the weather?
Oh man, it's another beautiful Colorado day. You wake up and there's like a couple inches of snow on the ground. You got to go outside and clear off your driveway. It's nice and
Well,
cold out here today. Not too bad though. All in
yeah,
all, I'm
well, a
alive. We're making
little
it work,
different than my South Florida weather. I'm out in
right?
t-shirt and shorts again. So not bad. I know the game yesterday was bad, so I tried to always avoid that for as long as possible, but we will dive into that.
I was
As
just
you
gonna
so,
say, yeah, we. It sucks that we have to keep meeting on these circumstances, you guys.
yeah,
Like
no, it
we
does.
come back and we're just taking L's on the chin here for this whole last month of December, and then you know what? We started off the new year taking another one,
No,
so things just
no,
kind of rolling downhill a little bit, but
no. 8-3 seems like eons ago.
it really does, man. It seems like it was like last year, like we were talking about last season or something.
I
Because
know it's crazy, man. It's
nuts,
just
man.
we got an 8-3. Yeah, we knew we had beaten some teams that maybe weren't super teams, but we did what we had to do, handle business in the NFL. So we were riding high, but and we thought that 3-game road trip would be tough. Then you lose all three. Then you're like, well, okay, but now we got back home for home cooking for a couple games and whatever. I mean, for the Packers, and then one road game, and then another home game this coming week. But it's just never that 3-game road trip really punched us out. And you and I circled that 3-game road trip way
Yeah,
in the beginning of the season, but we didn't really think it would be the death knell, but it was, unfortunately, because we never got
yeah,
our car, we never got our mojo. Lack of
yeah.
football analytical terms, but we just never got our flow back.
It's crazy because I knew we were in trouble once we got out of that second half versus Houston, where this whole snowball effect started. Then I knew we were really, really. Ender, what's up, my man?
Hey, oh, congrats, Ender, on winning the jersey,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
So
Let me know what color you want too, bro, because I didn't get that from Bobby. Let me know what color, dude. I'll take care of it and I'll get it all shipped out to you, bro. We'll get everything ready to go for you.
so a
So
happy new year in
let
there
me know
too.
what
And
color.
let him know the color, man, Ender. And as always, drop your comments in here. And
Yeah, we
always
love you,
welcome
man.
to
We
join
love
our
you,
show.
Ender.
If you join our show, I would drop a link if we get enough people in here to get some energy going.
Yeah,
So
right.
anyway,
Energy and
happy
Dolphins
New Year,
Connect.
Ender. Happy New Year. So it's not too late. Today's only the second. I have like a 3-day. After the third day, it's too late to say Happy New Year to people. So 2 days is okay. I don't know what's your cutoff. Maybe a week. Maybe
I
a
say a
week.
week, but I
Okay.
bet you everybody's still out there getting those New Year's resolutions cracking. Everyone's getting ready to go hit the gym and stop drinking, stop smoking.
Oh, I already broke one of my New Year's resolutions to not let the Dolphins
Ah,
to not let the Dolphins upset me.
oh,
I
you
that
were
lasted
upset.
about until about 4 o'clock on into the new year. It's like
Yeah,
they already upset me. I was saying, okay, I'm just the Dolphins. I can't control it. It's just entertainment. It's no different than a movie I go to and I don't like. I'm not going to let it bug me. But no, it still bugs me. It's so frustrating, especially like we started off this show saying it's like we were 8-3. It seems like last season that we were 8-3. It's
it
been
really
so long
does.
since we got a
Seems a
W.
long time ago. Like yesterday, me and you were on the phone talking even before the game, and I could sense your frustration.
Yeah.
So White, all right, man, I got you, brother. We're gonna get everything taken care of and shipped it right out to you, Ender. I've got all of your shipping information. We'll take care of you, Ender. We love you over here, man. Keep representing, coming through on the networks and showing your love. We love
And
you
who
over
knows,
here,
you
man.
might be lucky because when we hit 100 subscribers here,
Oh,
we're
you
going
might
to
get
give
a
you,
hat.
you may have a hat to go with that.
There
You
you
may
go.
have
You
some
might.
luck rolling because the team you love is not giving you any luck. But hey, at least you're getting their gear. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's always a
But
great thing.
yeah, no, that it is. And you're going to get good stuff in there. But yeah, so back to there. So yeah, my New Year's resolution of not caring about the Dolphins lasted all. I let them get to me. I really thought we were going to win yesterday. I really did. I know we had that. We were on we are on a 5-game losing streak, but going in, we were on a 4-game losing streak. But for whatever reason, I just thought the Dolphins were going to beat the Patriots, and that there would be some happiness. And then in the Jets game, we were right on. The Jets did go. So
I know.
we could
We
have
would
been
be in the
in the
playoffs
playoffs.
right now if Jason Sanders maybe would have hit that one kick. We might even be talking a little bit differently today. Who knows?
No, I agree.
We
I
don't
agree.
know how
wouldn't even have to
played
worry
out.
about the Jets game because it looks like 7th seed no matter what. So it's like we would have just been able to not worry about some of our guys being in against the Jets.
Yeah, I was
So
going to
it's
say, man, there's still hope. I know no one wants to talk about that, but there really still is a chance the Dolphins could get into the playoffs. You beat the Jets this coming up week, and then the Buffalo Bills beat the Patriots, and you will back into the playoffs. Is it the way that we want it to happen? No, but I'm sure all the Dolphins fans would be certainly excited about going and losing.
No, I will. I know
in the
some
first
people,
round
believe
of
it
the
or not,
playoffs.
some people just say they'd rather end the pain now than not get. To me, I want to get because you never know what happens
I'll
in
take
the
it. I'll
playoffs.
take whatever we can get, man. I'll
You
take
can
whatever
get
we
there,
can
man.
get.
I'd rather just get there and at least get that, some of these younger guys the taste of what playoff football tastes like. So, even if they are one and done again, which most likely was what we're trending to with how
What
we've been
looks
playing.
like.
But I still want to get there because for one, beating the Jets, who wants to lose to the Jets? That's your rival. Do you really want them to come in and sweep you this year? The Jets beat us both times. That sucks. And
It
then,
does.
rooting for
crazy,
Buffalo kind of sucks, but I'm like Hank on the Finn's Talk Network. Hank pointed out it's not really rooting for Buffalo; it's rooting for New England to lose. So that's how I so I would be rooting for New England to lose.
I hear you.
And so yeah, there's a good chance that can still happen. I think. Now, I was on the show last night. You were off because you're getting all your draft stuff, which we'll bring up later in the show here when we get more people in. But I know you were doing a lot of work. So Bobby said you missed the post-game show last night. I was one of the guys that filled in for your absence. We can never fill your shoes, but we can try. Takes a few of us. But anyway,
it's crazy. I was going to actually call him and tell him, "Hey, call Rob. He'll come on for me."
yeah. So I was in there, and then Cap ended up being in there, and believe it or not, Hank showed up. He was in there. We had a big panel in there.
What were you guys? What was the discussion last night? Was it all Dolphins?
It was all over. There was from the fire Greer to the fire McDaniel to bring in a new quarterback. Everyone's take was all over.
Really? So everybody wants.
And that counts people in the room though, not just the host talking, but like people's comment in the room. Some of them is saying Tua's not the guy because he gets injured.
No.
Then they were saying McDaniel can't call a good game. He needs to go. And then other people are saying that, of course, that Greer needs to go. So if it's just like the whole bunch of, but that's it. I know. If anything, me, I'm hard on you, and I talk all the time. I tell you, I'm harder on Greer than I am on the coach and the quarterbacks and all of that.
The way I feel about it all completely, to be quite honest with you, me and you have talked, so you kind of know how I feel. Honestly, I just don't see a lot of options out there. So everybody was like, yeah, I want to get rid of the coach. Yeah, I want to get rid of the quarterback. Yeah, I want to get rid of the GM. If you're going to do something like that, I'm not getting rid of one or the other. I'm getting rid of all three. So like it's if Tua goes,
that was Bobby's and my take.
That means
they all have to go.
I want all of them to go, and if not, then I want to keep them all. And the way that's what I want to do is I want to keep everybody we have. I know it sounds asinine, sounds dumb because we keep doing the same thing, but if you think about it, we keep doing the same thing from letting everybody go every year. You cannot just keep going and wash, rinse, and repeat every year, and that's what the Dolphins do is they wash, rinse, and repeat. When you have gone through 35 quarterbacks, 6 head coaches, and 12 GMs since Dan Marino and Don Shula, you have a problem. And the problem is an organizational dysfunction. And that starts at the top and it trickles its way down. Right. Are you going to get any better by firing everybody and bringing somebody else?
And starting all over again?
No, you're going to restart the hamster wheel the same way me and you talked about yesterday.
Yeah, I used that term last night.
Everything's going to start again and again. And now you're going to be back instead of us being where we want to be in 2 years, we'll be there in 5.
No, I agree. Because even because their dream guy is Sean Payton. But even then we know what our excuse at the end of next year is going to be. Well, we're just learning his system, and
he's too old. He doesn't know the NFL no more.
That's it. But that's what the Dolphins of choice last night was. But then I brought up, is the Dolphins him in a sexy enough position if he's coming in here, unless he, because we don't know. I know two openings, Indianapolis and Denver has opening. And then I don't know who else is next Monday. We're going to find out on Black Monday how many. So where do we rank in the position? Because they could look at the Dolphins and say, man, this guy changed this. I know.
We rank last. See, that's that's another thing I'm going to get at here. In your guys' right mind, just really seriously think about this. Take off the hat. Stop being a homer real quick.
Yeah.
Think about this. Who in the hell is going to want this job? Who wants this job? Nobody, dude. No one. You think Sean Payton wants to coach the Miami Dolphins? I don't think so.
Not if he has a choice. Maybe last year when it was like under the deal and he just knew.
Does it come with Tom Brady? Because if it doesn't come with Tom Brady,
that's what some of them are saying. It comes with Tom Brady.
It doesn't, though. It really doesn't, though. No one can say that we're getting Tom Brady next year because he's not on this roster, and that's what I'm trying to say.
If Tom Brady's still playing well, so I would be surprised if he retires again. So say if he plays, he may want to go out to the Raiders and play with McDaniels, who he loved in New England, so you never know.
That's an idea right there. Now, what are they going to do with Carr? So you got to think about this. Like, if they're going to get Brady, then Carr is going somewhere. I've heard lots of rumors on this Carr thing, too. I've heard Indianapolis. I've heard New Orleans. I've heard
I haven't heard Miami a couple of mentions from fans.
I wouldn't doubt Miami being in the mention, but you know where I really see someone like Carr going, and everyone's going to be like, you're crazy, man. But it could happen is somewhere like Denver.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. I don't know how easy they can get rid of Wilson, though.
They won't be able to get rid of Wilson. They'd have to take on both. And, I'll be honest with you, I don't see it happening. I don't know where Carr would go. It's your guess is as good as mine.
The thing is, as Dolphin fans, we do like to overreact. And this 5-game losing streak has been a gut punch, but maybe it's more reality of really where we kind of stand. We were just thinking at 8-3 that we were one of the best out there. Do we have some good talent? You have pointed out all season. Yes, we do have some good talent, but it's more than just obviously having good talent. We just got to get it all right. And like you say, then you get new coaches, and then it's real. That's my dog voicing his opinion. People. I'm sorry, man, but Chase. His name's Chase. It's like the Dolphins are always chasing the playoff spot instead of gaining it. But anyway, he oh my God, he got me. You can go on. I'm gonna mute my mic for a minute and go put my dog.
Chase is just voicing his displeasure with the Dolphins chasing the current playoff situation. So I don't blame your dog at all. He's just
exactly
his opinion on how the Dolphins are making him and his owner feel about the current situation. I mean, dog, anything could happen. We could still back into the playoffs. We still have a chance. All in all, we've actually had a pretty damn good season. Yeah, we got off to a great start, and we're reeling lately, and we've gotten a lot of reality checks here after this winless December, and now we started a new year off the same way we had December going. It'd be nice to get the taste out of your mouth and win versus the Jets, but we've been saying this for a month now.
I know it's crazy.
It's nuts because the coach actually went out there and actually called a pretty damn good game yesterday. I can't knock him. I can't knock anything that happened other than the fact that, man, we've talked about this numerous times with the Teddy Bridgewater situation. He actually had some really nice passes in the game.
Oh, no, he did a couple of throws.
Really good decisions. Yep. But guess what he's good for once a game, every game. And
an interception.
You can put it in the books that he's going to at least throw one of those throws to maybe cost you the game. Yep. It's going to be a bad one. And it was right there.
Yeah. Well,
Duggar was running the pole right there. That's the coverage he was in.
Yep.
Which looks for anything that's crossing, any crossing routes. He seen the crossing route, jumped on it, undercut it, hit it, and it's a pick six. What was my key matchup indicators during the week over this game? Kyle Duggar. How many times did you hear me call out Kyle Duggar's name?
I know.
This weekend before we started that game.
No,
Kyle Duggar this, Kyle Duggar that. Locate Kyle Duggar. But no, they don't want to listen to me. They want to throw it around the rock. See what I'm saying?
I know. But I know it was rough, especially that one play, and then he goes and gets injured on that play to add insult to injury.
He broke
literally,
his finger on that play.
Yeah, now we're going to be rolling with Skylar, and hopefully they can. It's tough. I mean, our hope lies on Skylar because I don't see them clearing Tua to play. I mean, you never know.
I don't think Tua's going to play for the rest of the year.
I know.
I hate to laugh and stuff on that play, but man, on that play, he really got He got bitch slapped on that play. Like literally, he got the ball intercepted from him.
And
on
then
the
he
goal
gets
on the
stiffened.
goal line. He has a chance to make a stop and stop him from the touchdown. And Kyle Duggar literally put his hand right in his face and stiff armed him to the ground like a little
I know.
bitch.
And then I know. It's just it sucks.
Man.
And it's not funny when it's the other team.
I
Come
know,
on.
but it's just like, dude, I've been calling this with this Teddy Bridgewater thing since we got him. Like, I watched him play 2 seasons here in Denver, and every time he throws a pick like that, be glad he actually went out there and tried to make the tackle. Because in Denver, I seen him literally run up on a guy and then just shy away from it. Like, nah, I'm not. Made a business decision right then and there that he's not even going to try to tackle the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was definitely a game-changing play, because we had, we were actually leading and it just went downhill. Because we took a third quarter. Again, it's another game that the Dolphins had every chance to win late in the game, and we just blew it because we had a third quarter lead.
Swings.
Jason Sanders, it just stinks. It's just, I don't even know how to put it.
Yeah, those momentum swings are a killer, bro. Like they'll kill you during a game, and that's what's happened the last 2 games. We're going into the third quarter, like we were almost getting ready to go up 3 scores versus Green Bay and 2 scores versus New England, and then like one thing will happen. Yeah. And the next thing you know,
I know Jason Sanders. I don't want to over criticize one person, but yeah, Jason Sanders not hitting the field goal. That was a big momentum switch because we could have been, I know at the end of the game, yes, New England would have played different. They wouldn't have gone for it on 4th down. They would have tried to kick it, but then we still would have had more time. It wouldn't have been a 2-score game at the end when they got there. But it's just. You just can't miss that field goal if you're a professional kicker.
Can't miss that one. Not only that,
that's what you get paid for in those moments, to kick that field goal in a playoff game atmosphere. I mean, it's not a playoff game, but it was like basically a playoff game because if you win, we continued for sure because the Jets went and lost. So we're moving on. But instead, now we got to sweat out this week because Jason Sanders can't hit one through the upright. New England's kicker, same situation, almost same distance, same direction, right through the upright. Yeah, and that's the difference of winning and losing in the NFL many weeks.
Well, it's crazy, when in my mind when I was watching the game and I was like, oh, this game's over. It was right when Teddy threw that pick, and it's a momentum.
Oh, I know. You text me up. There it goes. The wheels are about to fall off.
Oh, dude, it kills your offense. It kills your momentum on your defense if you had any at all. Right there, I don't like that play call. Like he's like, I know it's 3rd and long. And he's like, well, we got to make a play to get past the sticks. I would have called a draw or like a delay handoff or something that was more high percentage of me not
just be conservative at that point.
Not turning beat you from right there. Yeah, not turning over the football
because their offense hadn't shown that they could beat us. So make them. I know, right? I agree with you on that aspect.
There's a couple times in the game where I was asking myself, what the hell is Mike McDaniels doing? So he does still have those rookie moments. I don't know if you noticed, it was early during the game and we went for it in our own territory on 4th down.
Yeah, we got it, but
then but that's not the point.
I know.
I told my wife the same thing. She's like, but they got it. I was like, that's not the goddamn point. You're not listening to what I'm saying to you. Like, that's stupid, bro. That's dumb. You should have punted it. Number 1, like that happened right there. Then you get a holding call on it, right? Or a false start and you move backwards, right? Then we ended up getting lucky and get another penalty call to move right back to the same spot you got.
And we go for it again.
And you still go for it, bro. Holy shit, get out of your own way. Just punt the damn ball, bro. Be smart. You're so aggressive at times, Mike McDaniels, that it costs you like field position.
I agree with you, but that's the one drive that we went and got a touchdown on. So it's hard. I know. I agree. So it's hard to play devil's advocate on that one this week. But I agree with you. At the time, I was thinking it's not worth the risk. But as it turned out, we went and scored on that drive. So it's crazy. So he's just going to do it again because he's going to see the results and it's not going to think about the odds.
I don't like it. Like, look, he's been aggressive like that all year, dude. Right? Has he been aggressive like that all year?
Yeah, all year.
It's worked out once, and we have a loss to show for it. So you did all this aggressive shit, dude, and you didn't even get the W for it, bro. Come on.
I know. But so where you stand right now, what are you saying? Like, I know you don't know, and I don't know, but your guess of, okay, say worst case scenario, we lay an egg against the Jets and we lose. What's the odds that McDaniel, we wake up Monday morning and we're looking at our phones and we see like on Pro Football Talk or Twitter that the Dolphins has moved on? You think that's like, because they were pretty much, Bobby thinks it's almost guaranteed that scenario. if
Are
we
you
lose.
serious? Is that
Yeah,
what he
if
said?
we
It's
lose
guaranteed?
like that.
If that's the case, if that's the case, and Bobby, everybody thinks just like Bobby, and the owner thinks just like Bobby, we're doomed. Literally,
Yeah.
we're doomed. We're doomed, you guys. We will never, mark my words. I hope everyone's listening to this shit, and you can call me on it. We will never, ever win a Super Bowl in Miami, ever, because of something like this that's going on. I don't give a shit if you get Vince Lombardi out of his grave to come coach the Dolphins. It's not going to work out.
I'm actually, I may be putting words in, but it was so. Now I think of it, may have been someone was saying that scenario that may have been Evan or whatever. I don't know. It was someone on the panel. I will ask Bobby later. I hope I get Bobby in here.
It's terrible, bro. Like, we can't keep doing the same thing.
I know, but they were thinking in that scenario, like they all agree if we win and we get to the playoffs, that Ross is probably going to keep everyone. And they're not saying that that's what they want. They're just thinking that Ross will do that. So I said, let me make myself go. They think that Ross will do it, that they would get rid of him if we don't make the playoffs. That's what they think. Ross, they weren't calling for that's what they want. They were just saying.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Let me answer what you were saying at first. The percentages of when we wake up on that Monday morning for what you're saying to have happen on Black Monday, they're actually really good. I would say about 60%. And the reason why is because of what we've been talking about this whole time. What have the Dolphins done for the last 35 years, man? What have they done since Shula and Marino? They have brought in 35 plus quarterbacks, 12 head coaches, and 6 general managers in that time. Here, let me paint you a picture real quick, okay? Clear you a canvas real quick and paint you a picture. The Pittsburgh Steelers, since the days of the 70s of the Steelers, have had Chuck Noll, okay, and Bill Cowher. And now they have Mike Tomlin as that's 3 head coaches in the last 30. Oh, I'm so pissed off.
I know. Years. I agree.
And that's why I'm mad is because everybody just wants to wash, rinse, and repeat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. How long do you guys want to wash, rinse, and repeat? Your whole fandom of your whole life? Because we've been wash, rinse, and repeating around here since I was a tiny little kid.
Because to me, McDaniel hasn't been so awful that he's a one and done. He's not the Hackett in Denver. He's not the Cameron or the Dolphins 1-15 season. He's shown enough promise that you can mold this guy into being. Yes, there are some things like Joe Rose was saying today, I don't know if this, and you've said it all season. I was like, I don't know if this lovely-dovely stuff works. He may have to clean that up, and if, he doesn't know if he's capable of cleaning that up.
But, let me give you a scenario real quick. Let me paint you another picture, okay? We go on high. I remember when this all started, how turned off I was by this whole talk about he don't talk to me right. He needs to learn how to talk to football players and to men. I don't like that shit. You're a little girl if you talk like that and you think that's the case. Like Brian Daboll went to the Giants, right? And they have a tough love. He's a hardcore nosed coach, kind of like my style. Get in your face. You don't get this third down. I'm gonna bench you and tear your face mask off and shit down your neck. And that's the kind of coaching we need in Miami. You don't need this. Come here. You did really good on that last play. I don't give a shit about that. I care about winning. And if you're not gonna bring me in the type of people around here to win, then you're just doing it all wrong. Brian Daboll they're going to the playoffs. They're clenched because they got a hard-nosed coach who doesn't take no bullshit from no.
So now you're almost leaning the other way though on your McDaniel take, but
because I kind of in a little bit reason because I miss the old coach flow style that we had where he didn't take no bullshit from any of you overpaid price little pansy ass pussies. They come into this team, they think they're own the team, they dance around on the sidelines before the game. Yeah, I would too if I was making $12 million a season. Like, man, show some damn pride and some heart and some oh God, I'm so pissed, bro. And like some fire and some attitude to want to win the game for the Miami Dolphins. Play more for the name on the front of the shirt instead of the one on the back. I'm sick of this crap, man. And this is why we're in the position we're in. Every year. Cap, you want to know why we're having the same scenario, the same story, why we're talking the same shit? That's why.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just it's gut punching. Like I said,
what I just said right there is total facts. That's facts that I'm giving you. That's why we're in the situation we're in. Because we want to change coaches every year, every 3 years. Dude, look at Belichick. The reason why they were able to win that game yesterday. Think about how their offense runs, how their defense plays. It's because they've all been in the same system for more than 1 year or 2 years or 3
I know
years.
consistency is a big important thing. And speaking of consistency, make sure you hit that link there if you want to join our show. You can vent with us. I dropped the link. You guys can join the show and vent with us. And while I'm at it, also make sure you like and you subscribe. And we're just getting going here on Dolphins Daily and Dolphins Thirsty.
It's crazy, man. It's nuts. Like the Dolphins fans and Dolphins fan base, even the Dolphins players, they deserve better than this. You guys, do you know all the crap that this fan base has been through? Like, I want to see this fan base win more than any other fan base in the NFL, because I think that you guys deserve it. We deserve it. I deserve it. All of you guys deserve it.
I agree.
But guess what? Guess who doesn't think you guys deserve it?
Yeah.
It's the front office who obviously thinks you guys don't deserve it. I mean, and we can't say that. I know everyone's mad at Greer. Man, he put every little cherry on the top of that thing to try to get you guys to win. Sometimes the players just have to execute. You have to execute. You have to go out there and play to your fullest extent. You can't just, I tried. No, you got to go out there and give your whole heart. There's sacrifices that got to be made here. Like, I think some of the players get it on the team, and I don't think the younger ones, I don't think they understand it yet. It's, I need everything you got. I don't need 75% of what you got. I need everything you got. Give me all you got.
I know. No, I agree. And that's just it. It's the same story no matter who has been our coach, unfortunately. And then, like you say, then we get rid of them, and then it's like, that's why I just don't think it'd be a one and done. We'll see, but normally he gives them the 3-year window. Like I said, the one time we got rid of Cam Cameron of a one and done, but that was a 1-15. Yes, this losing streak might compare to that 1-15 because you think you got the talent to win. So maybe Ross would just pull the trigger. But I think Ross is only, if you see that, I think something's in the works, and we probably did. The tampering is going to pay off a year later, and they probably have a deal. I think he's not. I think I would hope he's a billionaire. So I would hope he's finally learned, unless he has something that really good in the fist that he knows he has it in the palm, and it's like wink, wink, it's done. Unless this guy pulls off, like the movie Major League, all of a sudden they pull off a miracle and they go on an amazing run. So he goes, I'm going to have. So like if the Dolphins win this week, I think that could put a rock in all their plan, because, and then especially if they pull off a playoff win, how are you going to, after 20 years, and fire the coach? So, but I think if we choke against the Jets and we lose, and we see that McDaniel the next morning is one of the ones, the casualties of Black Monday, then I would think maybe this time that he has something. Maybe he's already, Harbaugh's reached out to him and say, I'm leaving Michigan or whatever, because he won't take Harbaugh from, but if he comes and says, so I don't see him like getting rid of McDaniel, because what's out there, unless he has a known quantity that, like the Peyton, like we got nailed for the tampering. So they said, let that cool off for a few months, hoping that they would get away with it, but they got nailed anyway. So they might as well have gone ahead with the damn tampering, because we paid the damn penalty. We might as well have closed the damn deal. Who cares if everyone knows we tampered? If we were winning, no one would care. I mean, New England has a million scandals and 6 Super Bowl titles. You think they care? No. It's all about winning. So that, I would think, maybe is the only reason they will fire him, if he has
So
something.
you think maybe they got something already set in place?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he fired, I would hope. I hope they're not just going to go for another unknown, like, I don't know. And
So
we're looking for another rookie head coach. I mean, that'd be an asinine.
That's what Bobby's been saying this whole season, is that Mike McDaniels has basically been brought here to be the fall guy. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to have someone to blame, which I kind of agree with Bobby a little bit. Like, he's brought this scenario up a couple times to where maybe they have something in place like the Sean Payton, and they're just going to do that, and then McDaniels is going to get the shaft. I don't know.
That's the only way I see him firing McDaniel, is if he has something already better, but secured, and knowing that he's going to pick. The thing is, because what if you do that and then Peyton says, sorry, I didn't know this job was coming open, and now I'm going over there. Sorry, have a great day.
But what I will say about the whole scenario is like, man, this was my fear from the beginning. Because the style of coach that we have, he's a player's coach, you guys. He's really nice. And I remember everybody was check your pulse and Kumbaya, my lord.
Oh yeah, they love.
Kumbaya.
Believe me, we buy into a coach every year, and that's why because in the off season, whoever we hire, even if at first we're like, oh, I don't know this guy, then you hear a couple of they all talk the game. So
Well, the
when
whole
you hear them
problem
talk,
is like I think that Mike McDaniels might be a great guy. He might even actually be a great coach, but I don't think he's much of a motivator. I think the dude is just a good guy. The one thing that like kind of threw me for the loop is, well, if I have to scream at the guys to get them to do what I want them to do, I don't think I have the right person in there. And then you know what? If that's the case, you might not be the right person for the job, Mike. Is what I'm starting.
because sometimes everyone's different. You need to be able to know because some people, I personally do perform better when I've had supervisors give me positive reinforcement.
Really?
But other people need that supervisor.
See,
Other people need that guy on them, like yelling at them, saying, "Man, what are you doing? You're
That's
sucking
me.
it up."
I'm the opposite of you. I feed better off of reverse psychology.
Right.
And you know what? I understand what's going on here. I think I could probably shed my light on this. And you know what? Mike McDaniels is dealing with this. And what it is there's two kind of athletes that are out there. And you kind of just hit on it. The ones who are like, oh, man, you're doing great, man. You don't even know how good you can be. The ones that want their biscuits buttered, you know what I mean? And like stroke their
Right.
egos along. And then the ones that are like me who are like, man, you suck. You could be better than that. That play was garbage.
Right. But there's both of those, right? So, and you but anytime you're dealing.
That's a fine line of what you're dealing with right there. That's a fine line. And
Right.
Mike McDaniels needs to understand how to jump over that line sometimes.
Right.
And be like, listen, dog, I need more than that. And then he has to understand that the other guy, he has to stroke that dude's ego.
He needs a right-hand man. He almost needs like an assistant head coach that could be the tough guy.
You need an ego stroker.
Right.
That's all those people are is people who stroke the egos and then people who will pull the card. You know what? They don't need an ego stroker. I take that back. They need someone who will they need a checker, someone who will chin check fools and literally go in there and be like, I'm here to check you, dog, because you ain't playing good enough. You know who that should be is everybody that plays on the football team should be checking each other.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, man, you wasn't there on that play. And that's the kind of accountability that needs to be held on a football team if you're going to win a championship. Because everybody's got to be held accountable. Even the towel boy, when hey, man, I'm dripping sweat and you ain't here with my towel.
Yeah. An overused term is often if a coach has lost the locker room. I don't get that feeling with McDaniel that he's lost the locker room. At least it's just
I don't think he's lost the locker room, but I think the locker room is in control of the coach and in control of the team.
Okay.
It's not the coach that controls the team; it's the players that are controlling the team. You know what I mean? Oh, and another thing I'm going to say too. This is yesterday. I got a bad feeling. I even texted you when this happened. Tyreek scores the touchdown, does his big backflip, and here comes. I felt bad, bro. Here comes Durham Smythe. Yeah, man, yeah. And then punk ass Cheetah walks right by his ass, doesn't even give his teammate.
I know, but I was thinking maybe he was scoring him a 10, and that was like the landing. It was like planned.
You know what?
But
Cheetah, you're a punk ass mother for doing that. That's what I think. Because it just like brought all this stuff started going in my mind. Like, oh, I thought this was the best locker room that Jerome Baker's been in forever. And it made me think in my mind, I think Jerome Baker's full of shit. I think this is a locker room. It's just like I thought from the beginning. Tyreek Hill, because he got $40 million and gets to floss with Rick Ross. He's here because he got some money. He don't care about winning. And I wanted him to care about winning, not his celebration touchdown flipping that don't even give your boy daps.
Well, Tyreek of all people, and I'm not blaming Tyreek at all, Dolphin fans.
I am. You're a punk ass motherfucker. That's what I think.
No, you're just saying it because you're mad right now. But yesterday on one of the drives, he cost us because we were driving. Skylar Thompson scrambles for a big first down. And then
he was lined up.
Tyreek Hill lined up wrong, so that's a penalty. Very next play, he throws a catchable ball to Tyreek Hill. It bounces off it. It bounces off his hands and right into the New England Patriots' hands.
Was a bad pass, though. That one was behind.
I know it was a bad pass, but Tyreek's made that a lot too, though. Yep. So it's just like at least batted down, but he was it was a little bad. But you've said many times, I'm surprised to hear you say that. If a pro football player gets his hand on it.
If it's in your hands, you should catch it, but he batted it.
There's Bobby right there, the Finns Talk Sports Network, a must-follow, guys. We got Ender in here. We got Ender in here, Bobby, so he's happy for getting his new jersey.
We'll see, bro. Honestly, I've seen a lot of things that are going on in the game and throughout the season that I just don't really care for. And that one right there, the flip and then the no high five to Durham Smythe, that one threw me over the top, man. Honestly, like this locker room's not as tight as everybody thinks it is. Because if it is,
Yeah.
He gives him a high five right there. I mean, would you do that if I
No, I know
scored a
he did. It
touchdown
looked
right
like
there?
he left him hanging, but then I gave
He
you the
left him hanging, bro.
possibility that he was just scoring the landing, maybe, and that was like set up. But yeah, it did look like he left him high and dry. I agree, but
Well, then they
it
need to come out in the
it,
public and be like, "Hey, man, you guys got that all wrong. We were doing a touchdown celebration, even though we suck and we're 8-8. Why are you planning celebrations when you're 8-7 anyway? See what I'm
yeah,
saying, dog?
yeah, I know.
And this whole team is just all jacked up right now, bro. Like, whatever happened to the dude who scores a touchdown and just goes over and hands the ball to the referee because you've been there before?
I
Get the
know.
fuck out of here.
You know, those days are long and gone, man. It's all
They're not.
about, they want to show, man. They want to market and show their little things and be seen. That's just, I agree with you on that. So yeah, Bobby, I kind of put words in your mouth, but then I said, well, I don't know if it was Bobby. As some people are in there saying that about McDaniel, good chance being gone on Black Monday if the Dolphins lose to the Jets.
Man, I certainly hope not.
So like I said, but then I was saying I couldn't remember if it was Evan or Bobby.
Not unless, like you just said, not unless you have something in place that we don't know about. And even if
if they have someone in place, that's the only scenario I see. That's where me and you are on the same page.
That's not going to make me feel any better about the current situation. Even if you have Brady and Peyton, I would still be like, oh, man, damn, now we got to start all over. Like, it might take a year or two for them to get acclimated. I don't know why everybody thinks this is going to be some quick fix. Like, if you get Brady, or even if you got Peyton and no Brady, like all of a sudden next year we're going to the Super Bowl or some shit. Come on. That's not the case at all. Like, this is not.
I mean, it would improve the team for sure, but
maybe. You still
I agree with this. I agree, Chris. It's been an issue all year that we can't get plays every snap. I agree. That's been a issue all year, getting plays in on time.
That's because the language is so damn long, and they're giving them 2 plays at once that the coach doesn't want to dumb it down and get his diction of the play like to abbreviated words, and he wants to use the whole thing, so it's so long, and you're taking so damn long to get the plays in that it's just a hard offense to learn. I don't know how you're ever going to get around something like that other than dumbing it down to abbreviated words instead of using the whole play call, because that's why it's taking so long.
No, I agree. But it is frustrating though, man. It's frustrating to see
rookie head coach, rookie play caller, rookie planner, rookie, all the rookie. I know it sucks, but we have to start somewhere. So you got to ask yourself this: are you willing to take all these knocks that we've been taking all year, or do you just want to throw it all away and go get Sean Payton? Because that's really where we're at.
Yeah, but that's why I say that's the only reason but anyway, I know I'm gonna drive you crazy. Sorry, Justin, but I have to do it, man. That's Chris gave us that's a new time, first person commenting in our room, and I have to stick with the tradition of.
Oh no!
Yeah, hey, it's a first time commenter, man. I gotta play him and after a walk. There, that's for you, Chris. Thank you for commenting. We're always looking for new people. But thank you, Chris. But anyway, that's our tradition. Every time a new person comments in our room for the first time, I play the old Dolphin song. So thank you, Chris. But yeah, I agree with Chris on that one. It's frustrating. We had to call 3 timeouts on the first half yesterday in the first quarter because of the same crap. It's just like it's frustrating. And then we called one in the second half we had to call before it was critical time because it's just frustrating. But but like you say, it could be the language, it could be them changing their play. Who knows? I don't know. We don't.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's all of us. We all live in the past so much, and we want to stay in the past. I love our throwback uniform, so I wouldn't change that. I think the Dolphins need a remake, man. You need some new colors out there.
Well, that has nothing to do with getting the plays in on time.
No, probably not. But it has a lot to do with the way people are self-perceiving the Dolphins. When you think of the Dolphins, what do you think of, bro? Tell me right now.
Yeah, of course. You think of the old days. You think, probably Dan Marino in the 70s is what you think.
I think of losers because that's all we've done is lose.
Oh, I thought you were saying that we're reliving in our past.
I know. Well, you are. You really any old Dolphins fan? I'm not knocking you, bro. I actually look up to you.
Yeah, you got a Dan Marino photo right behind you, so you got.
I'm old. I'm not as old. I'm not as old school as that. But like anybody who was like, I remember when we were undefeated and in the '70s. Like, bro, I give you props. I have respect for you. I think nothing but the world of you. But honestly, we have to stop living in the past. We need to go forward here. This is just like the Seahawks before they won and had the Legion of Boom. They changed their uniforms. They made new colors, and then they won. But the Dolphins don't want to do that. You guys want to live.
Well, we changed our logo and we didn't go well. So,
Yeah, but you didn't change any of the color schemes on it. You need to change everything so you get a different culture.
Yeah, I like my aqua and orange, man. I like my aqua.
You can stay aqua and orange. Just add something else in there.
I like the darker aqua.
Let's get a sleek, updated logo. Let's get a sleek, updated looking color scheme. Let's get a sweet look, updated uniform. Let's get a new culture in Miami. What's the culture in Miami right now for the Dolphins? Seriously, what does anybody know?
Lose? No, we don't even have one other than
We're losers.
Yeah.
We're losers. Come on. We've done nothing besides lose. That's the culture in Miami. The culture in Miami is like, hey, we'll play good for the first 8 weeks of the season, and then we'll shit it away for the December. How many times have you seen this scenario that we're going through right now?
Oh, of course. I know. That's why it's frustrating. But that's why so many fans every year call for coaches to be fired and call for general managers to be fired and quarterbacks to be moved out, because it's the same thing over and over.
We've done that so many times. We've washed, rinsed, and repeated for most Dolphins' whole fandom. And then they still want to do that?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. We might as well just take the lumps right now, stick with what we got, and try to build something.
I agree. I'm with you. I say keep McDaniel unless he has something in hand that's better, like an experience, please. Because if we get rid of him and go with another rookie coach, I mean, what the hell, people? That's what I'm saying. Then it makes no sense. So it makes no sense to me. So I say unless he has something in hand that we don't know about, because he already got nailed for tampering with Peyton. So maybe he has that in. He just wanted to let things cool off, and then boom, this year we get him. But anything short of that, no, you keep McDaniel and you work with what you got. Then if after 2 years, maybe, if we just keep him, he doesn't show improvement, then it's more realistic to talk about. Let the rookie, because I don't understand. Some people are like, get rid of McDaniel, but they're willing to keep Tua. Then the same thing, give him many, many years, but like give McDaniel 1 year to learn, so it's just like,
right.
I think, we got to give him his time to learn. And then if he doesn't, then boom, you go.
No, the Stephen Ross just has to, he's the one who's going to make all the decisions here. It all comes down to what Stephen Ross wants. Of course. If Stephen Ross is like, hey, I thought Mike McDaniel's had a really good season and I want to give him another chance, then that's what's going to happen. But Stephen Ross has to ask himself this, like, if I really want to win, do I have something in the back? Like, even if you have something like a Sean Payton in your back pocket, does that guarantee you that you're going to win? No. But
it's another off-season winner. The Dolphins would be. Oh, the Dolphins are the off-season.
It's another off-season to get all of you guys gassed up again, just to let you down at the end. See, that's this thing.
Yeah, we touched on that last night on the post.
I'm not doing it no more. I'm not getting gassed up on this team no more, man. No more. I'm not going to get. I don't care if you go out there and get Brady and Mike Evans and Travis Kelce. I'm still not going to get all gassed up. You know when I'm going to get gassed up? When you actually do it. When you actually do it. I'm not no more.
When they actually get a playoff win. I don't even have that high standards right now. I just want a playoff win. I don't want to just, and that's it. Of course we want the Super Bowl, but only one team gets that each year. But just a playoff win to show that, man, you could get through a regular season, go earn a spot in the playoffs, and then go beat another quality team in the playoffs. That's what I want. That's not even asking for too much. I mean, it's been 20 plus years since we've done that. We're mentioned in the same breath as the Detroit Lions. When I was a kid, it's like you would never be mentioned if you were a Dolphins fan in the same breath as the Detroit Lions. But now we are, and their future's not that bad either, So, they may get a playoff win before we do, and they'd be the last team to get a playoff win. It's just bad. Come on, Miami. One playoff win. That's all I'm asking for. And, yes, I am that guy that wants a playoff spot this year. I know some people on the show and some people I know offside the show last night.
I'd like to get one. I'd like to get a playoff spot. If we can back in still, I'll take it.
Yeah, me too. But there's some fans saying, I'd just rather them in my misery now. Just one guy that's been a long-time season ticket holder, a long-time Dolphin fan. I got off the phone with him a couple minutes before getting on here. His philosophy is, I just rather them in my pain now and just lose to the Jets so I don't have to suffer through another week of watching them lose. But to me, I just want that chance. I'd rather get there and then even if we get embarrassed, but at least we get to the playoffs,
Because he knows what's going to happen if we get into the playoffs. Because he knows what's going to happen. He sees this team play every week just like we do, and he knows,
of course,
he knows the end is near. And we're not getting to where we want to go with this team. So
knows. I know. So that's but my philosophy. I'd rather still have that one more week.
So would I. I would rather have that one more week and hold on. But man, it's crazy. I feel just like all of you guys sometimes. I'm like, oh, damn, we got to scrap the whole thing, start over. But then I come to my senses but a couple hours later, and I'm like, wow, look at these guys. They actually stuck with it. And now they're winning football games. Now they're going to be in
Yeah.
the playoffs. And like, sometimes you just have to like take the lumps on the chin when you're in that situation and just build and to just keep building. Like, am I
Yeah.
saying we should build for the next 10 years and then maybe we'll win a playoff game in the next 10 years? No. I'm saying let's build now for this season, next season, even maybe the season after that. Then maybe you'll have some of those playoff wins that you're.
No, for sure, because we've definitely done something wrong. Because, like I said, there's 2 teams out there you could point to that's done it right, have been in recent Super Bowls, lost their coaches, lost their quarterbacks, and now are back being very competitive. The 49ers, they were in the Super Bowl with Harbaugh and Kaepernick. They're both long gone from the NFL. Then they made a Super Bowl where they had Kansas City punch for punch. If Jimmy G makes one throw, they might be Super Bowl champions. And then so they rebuild, and now they're already still good again. So that went from one head coach. We've taken 20 years to find the magic formula. Maybe they got lucky. They hit on the coach. Cows, they hit on the coach. But look at the Eagles. They're one of the teams battling for, they're legit, realistic
Well, it's
Super Bowl.
nuts. Like, I know you brought up the 49ers, but it's like a son of a coach, Kyle Shanahan. He's one of the best coaches in the league. It's a different scenario than what we have. They have,
But obviously they build it right. They build
the
it.
philosophy was right. They got lucky, man. And like,
Because they were just in a Super Bowl with Harbaugh and Kaepernick. Then they rebuild, and then a couple of years later, they're already in. A few years later, they're already in another Super Bowl. Eagles win a Super Bowl with Doug Peterson as a coach, and Foles and Wentz, if you want to say, because he played some of the year. Win a Super Bowl. They're all long gone from the Eagles, and here they are, one of the best teams competing this year already with new people running the. It's just sad.
You know what, man? I got something, a little snidbit for everybody, and everybody's probably gonna be like, "Oh man, you're so full of shit. They're gonna win the Super Bowl." I don't think the Eagles are as good as everybody thinks they are. I really don't. I don't
really think so either. But
I think they're fake, man. I think they're fake Eagles right there because. Man, I'll be honest with you. Yesterday, you got rolled by a team in your own house that doesn't have the business even being on the same field with you in the Saints, and you got rolled up by them. I'll be honest with you. I think the Eagles will win maybe 1, maybe 2 playoff games, and they'll be done. I don't think they're anything. I think they're fake.
Well, I hope, but they're still a lot farther along in the process of rebuilding than we are. So,
no, they are, but they're
and they still got first round picks and stuff. I know
they're basically climbing up the same tree we are. I mean, look, they think they're really good and they're good on paper, but are they that good on a football field?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
so
it's just as Dolphin fans, like I say, we love.
It's basically a running back. I think they give themselves a lot better of a chance, and he's playing damn good. So he's come along a long ways. That Jalen Hurts. I remember a lot of people didn't think he had it in him. I always knew he did. He's a gamer. We could use something like that in Miami. Something
they were missing him. They were missing him yesterday. So that's part of the reason maybe they didn't play well. But anyway, back to we're Dolphin talk. I was just trying to point out there are teams that don't take 20 years to do a rebuild. It feels like the Dolphins are in a 20-year rebuild because I know we're
Dolphins talk, but we ain't got a lot of good things to talk about around here.
I know we do not. Unfortunately, we do not have a lot to talk about because when you're 8-3 and everything's ice cream, rainbows, and fishing, anything that you like in life that's good, and now 8-8, everything sucks and dismal and raining outside.
Some guys, some fan bases be like, "What are you bitching about? You're still 8-8. We're over here. We're the Bears, and we're 4-9."
Yeah, but it's just how we got to the 8-8 is what sucks.
It's terrible, bro.
Because if we had been
5 losses in a row, dude.
If we had been 3-8. If we had been 3-8 and now we're 8-8, then I'm saying, oh my God, yes, because we got the trend going the right way. But we did, we did it the opposite because last year we had that 7-game winning streak until we went up to Tennessee and got embarrassed. But we had a 7-game winning streak, so I felt like different. We felt like we had momentum going into the end of the year. This one just feels like we're that hot air balloon that was so beautiful. Everyone's looking in the sky, but you slowly start to deflate and you're getting off the horizon. That's what the Dolphins have done
it's
this
rough,
year.
Like I felt like a lot of things this season have snowballed on the Dolphins and
injuries and everything.
And on Coach McDaniels, like all the injuries that have piled up. No excuses. He should be able to still coach and win some football games here and there. But I think him it's like the perfect storm for him to fail is what kind of happened. Like the injury started to happen, then teams started catching on to what you were doing. You had to change everything up. and it all kind of just snowballed on him. I think it was a little bit too much too fast, and he wasn't able to make adjustments quick enough and on the spot like he needed to. The normal defense that we were playing with Byron Jones and Xavier Howard, which was the cover man press, we weren't able to do that all season long. And then Brandon Jones got hurt, and it changed up exactly the dynamics of the defense of what we really were going forward from the beginning of the season. So it changed everything, and it actually changed it for the worse. So you were kind of that's why you brought Chubb here, is because you were gambling on that front end pressure being really good to make up on the back end not being as dynamic as it once was.
You know Neil from Bobby's show? Neil, he brought a hot topic last night, and then that's from now I know for a fact that's when Bobby said, "Oh, if that's Sue, then everyone needs to be fired." He thinks that maybe he just his own hot topic. He even said he has no facts of this, that the Dolphins probably could have played Armstead yesterday and some of these guys, but they were so cocky thinking that, oh, let's save him because we're going to win anyway against New England. And, that they saved some of these guys that could have possibly played.
Save them for what?
For the playoff run, we're going to beat New England, and then the Jets are probably going to lose, so we're going to be in the playoffs, and then we are sitting him out this week, and then against the Jets, and he'd be ready for the playoffs healthy. But if that comes, like Bobby said, if that ever got to be found out, if they were that cocky thinking, oh, he could have played, but we wanted to save him, then that's a fireball offense on everyone.
I think they might be onto something a little bit. And what he's on to is I think maybe they did sit him, not because of like, oh, we're going to win this game versus New England. I think they sat him because they want to use him versus the Jets. That's what I think.
Yeah, but still, that stinks though, because this game we win, we don't even need the Jets game. You know what I'm saying?
But I think
now we need the Jets game and help from Buffalo of all teams.
Guess what? I think that's exactly what they did. I think they were like, no, let's save for them because everything's on the line. We'll be able to use them.
What's probably going to happen? What's probably going to happen? The Dolphins are going to crap it up against the Jets. New England would lose. Pittsburgh would win, and Pittsburgh be in the freaking playoffs again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I see happening right there, dude. You just called the scenario right.
And then Flores would be in the playoffs, and that's just like the ultimate gut punch to Dolphin fans.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
It's just like. So it's just like I just hope we beat the Jets. And I think
you ran that guy out of town. You ran that guy out of town, and everybody made that dude feel like he was the worst person in the damn world because you didn't want a football coach because you wanted a best friend like you got now in Mike McDaniels. So you don't want a head football coach. You want a best friend.
That's the Dolphins' biggest.
So you go get your best friend and build with it. We'll see what you do. Hopefully you can turn into half as good a coach as Coach Flores is.
I mean, Flores had flaws for sure. He couldn't keep an offensive coordinator, so that was like. Didn't know how to work with a young quarterback.
Yeah, but there's one thing Coach Flores did that Mike McDaniels won't, and that's go out there and get in someone's face and go out there and try to fight another dude.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying
like that. I like that in my coach. You guys can go ahead and be all cool.
I like Flores. I was shocked. I don't know. I got a recliner. This recliner chair last year because I was still working. That I'm on now. I'm an old fart retired, but I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays when I used to do my 12-hour shifts. And then I was sitting in that chair, and I told my wife, because we had just had a little meal together, I'm saying, oh, I'm going to look and laugh at all these coaches getting fired, and then someone got fired.
Getting fired.
I could not believe. I go, finally, we don't have to worry about our guy going.
And your guy,
and then I was on ProFootballTalk.com, and I'm like, this has been hacked.
Fake news.
Or it's, fake news. And I couldn't believe. I go, oh my God, I told Lynn. I was actually upset. Then I know all the dirty information came out. And then they made, they were trying to justify why they got rid of him. So all those leaks came out. Oh, he wasn't talking to coaches. He wasn't even showing up in meetings. He wasn't doing this, and he wasn't, and he didn't like Tua. He thought Tua was lazy and blah, blah, blah. So all those leaks, because they knew there was a big Tua-non fan base. So they said, oh, let's make sure the Tua-non people hate him. So we have a lot of people on our side. So those leaks came out, like he didn't like Tua. So then, then it's like, oh, okay, maybe, there was justification to get rid of him. But it's just, obviously, it wasn't a good working minute. Him and Greer must have had a falling out somewhere along the line.
Listen to everything you just described right there. Just listen to that. Like, what a shit show, man. If I was Coach Flores, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm not coming to work either. Fuck all y'all. Yeah. Seriously, I would.
I mean, Flores is a phony too, though. Everyone has some phony in them. Because we know where Flores is a phony. If the tank would have gone right and they would have had, if they end up getting Joe Burrow and he likes Joe Burrow, and then the other thing, then he was never even going to say anything about the tank. He would still be the co-chair. or if they take, so it's like everyone's phony in this whole scenario. It's just a bad from the get go.
Man, just think about how dumb we look in this whole scenario, man. The Dolphins are the biggest fucking idiots in the world, man. They really
watch your language. My mom watches this. My mom watches this later.
They really are the biggest idiots, though, man. Look at that, like how dumb we look in this whole scenario, man. We've literally gone up, down, and around to try to get this done the right way, and it's like we can never get out of our own way. They always want to wash, rinse, repeat. There's always some scandal. There's always something, dude. It's never.
I tell you the same story almost every week, every day. I have a 20-year-old son that's never seen a playoff win. A playoff win, not a Super Bowl. That's a lot. Only two teams can get to the Super Bowl each year, and only one team can win it. So I'm not putting say Super Bowl, but a playoff win. You can't find one playoff victory in 20-something years when the Miami Dolphins is just awful.
If your son is a loyal Dolphins fan, I gotta shake his hand that he's even still here.
I'm in my 16-year-old son's in the same boat. There's a couple years, but yeah, he's a loyal fan. And it just stinks. I mean, when they flashed up those Super Bowl banners in the New England game, can you imagine they've won 6 Super Bowls and we haven't won one playoff game since the 2001?
How does that make you feel?
It makes it awful, man. Awful. Despicable, man. Just this stinks. But anyway, we're coming here.
There's times where I ask myself so many times, like, I love the Dolphins, you guys. I love the Miami Dolphins. I don't care if we ever win another football game. I'll still love the Miami Dolphins. But I ask myself this question all the time. How the hell do they still have any fans left? I don't get it. How do they have any fans? And this team is hardcore, bro. There's fans all over the world of the Miami Dolphins.
I agree.
I don't understand. Like, how do you have any fans left after you've done your fans so dirty for so long? How do any of you? I don't even understand how they plan on making any money, because this is a failing business for the last 35 years, as far as I'm concerned.
But this year was the first year they ever sold out, because I know the Tyreek acquisition probably got a lot of people wanting to buy. But I'm wondering, won't be surprised if we see a fall off from the season ticket purchases this year after it went down south like this.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around and trade Tyreek, dude. This is how the Dolphins do business. They get something good for a year or two, they use it, and then they trade it on.
Yeah, for less value than what they got back.
Yep, for less value than what they got back. And they're just like, oh, well, the Dolphins do business, but it's bad business. Let's be honest.
I agree. But anyway, speaking of business, it's the end of our business day. So we got a lot to talk about. So I won't even ask you for any. We got a lot to talk about this week. We would talk more about all the draft work you're doing. I wanted to touch on that today, but we'll touch on that tomorrow.
Sure.
Today, we just wanted to talk about a lot of what happened. So there's still hope, Dolphin fans. I know it sucks. I know from 8-3 to 8-8 sucks, the big one. But
it does.
We still got hope. Beat the Jets. If nothing else, even if the Patriots can goes and shocks the Bills, at least we beat the Jets and don't let the stinking Jets beat us twice.
If you beat the Jets, the Dolphins will back into the playoffs. The Bills will spank the Patriots.
That's what I'm thinking. So what's this? I'd rather back in him if he go get killed in the standings, stay the same way, and no one flip flops in the number 1 seed. We have to go into Kansas City and get spanked, but I still want it because it's a step in the right direction. Yes, in 2016, we made the playoffs and got spanked by Pittsburgh, and it stunk. Didn't feel good at the end, but at least that one extra week of, we got Dolphins football. I just want that feeling, not just being the regular season's over again and you're looking at, please don't fire the coach, or please fire him, whatever take you want. Either you want him gone or you don't, it doesn't matter. I don't want to be doing that next Monday. I want to be like, who's going to be healthy for the playoff game? Who's going to be this,
For once in my Dolphins fandom, I want to have like a 5-year stretch or 7 years would be even great, where I don't have to worry about, the coach is gone, this guy's gone, this scenario, this scandal, this and that, and cocaine scandal, and Richie Incognito scandal, and hurricanes, and all the other crap that goes with our seasons. I'd like to have a season where I didn't have to worry about that. Wouldn't that be nice?
No, it would be nice. It would be nice. So with that said, guys, it'd be really nice if you guys like and subscribe to our channel.
Hit it.
Yeah, hit it for us, man. We try to do this every day. So thank you, man. And we're out of here on that note. Fins up. Join tomorrow, same time. Please, I drop a link every day. You guys join. This is how we want. We want to be known as an interactive fan
hit
base
up
here.
that link. Come talk with us. Tell us what you guys are feeling. Voice your opinions. Voice your frustrations. We're here. We'll play the psychiatrist for a couple of minutes to hear you out.
Yeah, even though Steve, you're not here today, I was to say Dolphins #1, Steve, trademark
Hell yeah.
thing. All right, guys, fins up, like and subscribe. Thank you, guys.
First kick, I snap into action. When I'm digging in the trenches, get dominated off the line of scrimmage. Read and react quick to make it early diagnosis. Hit you with a quick release like Marino Danny dopeness. Explosive